didn't get much of a brew day today, guys, but it's dark. Moon Man, not Moon Man, coming to a boil. Got all my hops, nutrient all set out. Watching some Detmers. Cheers, guys. Happy Homer Wednesday, guys. Drinking the black IPA. This keg's almost kicked. Gonna be sad to see it go, but you know, more room, or room for more beer, I guess. As you saw before this, I had a brew day this weekend. I wasn't gonna brew, and the wife gave me the okay, so I did, and I brewed the not Moon Man. It's actually not Moon Man clone by Josh Sakar, and I said not because it's a little different, as I'll talk about later. But I just kind of had it set up in the garage because it was windy and I was watching videos. It was a great brew day. First up, let's talk about that beer. So again, not Moon Man. I didn't really ask him, I don't think, if I could share the recipe, so I don't want to do that. But what I did change is I added an extra pound of base malt, and I am gonna add an extra ½ ounce of Centennial just to not waste the ½ ounce, because there was a ½ ounce not used in his recipe. My target OG was 1052, and my actual was 1055, but that was only with 5 gallons, so I topped up with some water. I don't know if I got to 5.5. So I could have, it's probably somewhere 1048, maybe a little bit lower, I don't know. I didn't really care. It's going to be around 5%, that's what I wanted. So I got better efficiency than I'm used to. Plus, I milled my own grains. I didn't crush them up. The wort was really clear. Once it had settled out and the fermenter was super clear. So let's show you a quick clip of that fermenting right now, and then we'll be right back. All right. Well, I'm showing you this. This is our extra bedroom that isn't really being used except for a dog kennel and fermentation chamber. So we're going to call it the beer room for now, right? So here is really just my setup. This is the temp controller, mini fridge, hole that some guy drilled in it a long time ago, plugged up. And let's take a look at the Moon Man. And yeah, I have to tape it shut because it doesn't stay shut. Here it is. Looks real milky, but I mean, when it was prior to active fermentation, it was super clear, the wort. You could see a flashlight through it. It's going pretty good. Starting to slow down already, but it just smells wonderful in here. And then here I have the shout out to Line Kugels. I have the experiment beer sitting right in front of a heater because our house cools down to like 60 degrees during the day, so I want these to carbonate well, so that's what I'm doing, covering it with a shirt. All right, opening up the refrigerator just made me excited for this IPA. Well, pale ale. Cheers, guys. All right, a couple other things. In the mail, I got a pH meter. This is probably the cheapest pH meter you can find. It was like $13 on Amazon, and it was free shipping because I have Prime. But a couple brew tubers one that had commented on my video said that it's good. So I just checked the pH of my water without calibrating it because I don't have a solution to check it right now. That came at like 9.2. So if you guys know, I haven't looked yet, but is that good for you know, a base water pH? So it's like 9.2. But again, it hasn't been calibrated. The other thing is Ryan Lewis. If you guys haven't subscribed to him, go ahead and do that. He gave me, or he sent me a vial of Vermont ale yeast. So that's up in the fridge. It actually froze a little bit because it was super cold here. I think this, probably next week or the week after, I'll make a starter and then decant off of that and, I don't know, wash it with some water and then let that sit and then make another starter when I use it again. Probably a bigger starter so I can keep using that yeast. I think that's it for now that I really have going on. But I did take, the Hop Experiment beer. So I do have a video of me tasting that. I put it into bottles this weekend. I got 24 12-ounce bottles and like 25 12-ounce bottles and 12 bombers. So let's go to the tasting. We'll be right back. All right, so today is Sunday. Bottled the Hop Experiment beer. I don't know how much detail I'm supposed to go into, but I'm gonna, as I don't think it's gonna be anything amazing. It's at 1010, and so it's been there for a while. It's about 7.7%, so strong. Let me show you in the jar. You can see how clear it is. Super clear. However, when I was cold crashing it, it fogged up. It had some serious chill haze. So, you know, when this gets cold, it's not going to be clear. But, I mean, you can see that, you know, it finished out, all the hops dropped out. And this is, well, this was actually the first pull off the siphon. But so let's get it poured in a glass, and I'll kind of just give you what I think of it. Okay. There it is in the glass. Still clear. Can you see me through it? Oh yeah. So let's get a nose. When I was smelling it out of the secondary, it smelled very good, and then smelling the beer is a lot different. But I don't know if it's just the smaller amount or what. But let's give it an aroma. And I'm still a little stuffed up here, but getting some of the alcohol at 7.7%. This is going to need probably another month to condition and try to, you know, blend that down a little bit. But it's kind of, I get some like fruit, and I get some, you know, like melon type flavors. But it's also kind of dank, you know, not dank in the general sense. I just don't know. There's something off with it. I don't think it's an off flavor or anything. I just something. I'm so bad at. It's different. I've never used Eldorado hops, and it's pungent. It's like you know, like kind of a sour fruit kind of smell, but it's not offensive. But, you know, I'm used to IPAs where I've never done a smash, really, well, except a Centennial, but I'm used to some complexity there, and there really isn't any complexity. It's just all that. So, you've already seen the aroma. It's clear there. Or not the aroma, the appearance. Sorry, guys. All right, let's get a taste. And, you know, I'm still getting that astringent flavor, but it's not as bad. It's lowered, and it's less than the cream ale. So, but you can feel it right on the front of the tongue all the way to the back. But, you know, maybe I'm mistaking it for bitterness, because it's not like the cream ale where it just layers your tongue and stays there. The bitterness kind of washes away. So, I think the astringency is okay. But the flavor, you know, I'm just not getting a whole lot of hops. I'm getting, you know, it's very dry. It ended at 10:10. There's not sweetness. So there is some sweetness. I'm assuming that's from the hops. And it's boozy for sure. So that needs to definitely tame itself down. It's not hot, but it's dry, and there's some boozy flavor. And, you know, I think that it's gonna be boozy no matter what. You know, there is some astringency. I'm just not getting a whole lot of, like, you know, flavors I'm used to. But then again, I've really only used an IPA: Centennial, Cascade, Citra, Simcoe, and Amarillo. I think are the only ones I've used. So maybe it's just, you know, not an experienced palate with different hops. But, you know, it's definitely drinkable. I was way more worried before than I am now. You know, it'll drink, and it certainly makes your face warm. So this is going to sit in the bottles until I believe like May 15th, May 20th, and then it'll get shipped out. So it's got another month to sit. And that's good because there isn't much yeast there. So hopefully it bottle conditions well. All right, that's it on this. Cheers, guys. All right, that's all I have for this week. Kind of a short little update time. It's going to be somewhere in 10 minutes. Future plans for brewing, not a whole lot right now. I'm just getting excited to get everyone's beers here and try those. But, you know, I think I'm going to brew with Ryan's yeast, the Vermont ale yeast, and I'm probably going to do an IPA, you know. So, and just, I was just in the room where that Not Moon Man is fermenting, and it smells, the whole room smells like hops. And in that particular beer, instead of throwing the flame out hops, which is like 3 ounces, let me look here, 3.5 ounces. Instead of throwing them right at flame out, I cooled the wort down, and it cooled too efficiently. It went down to like 160, and then I threw in the hops and let them sit for about 40 minutes, and then chilled down. But I'd say chill time really, I hooked it up to the garden hose, it was like 5 minutes or under, because the groundwater is super cold here. So that's it. Cheers, guys. Hope you have a good week. Go Pack, go. Actually, go Wild, go.